There were rumors that a new gateway had been found into the lost city of Felstad, the frozen city, the once powerful city. Felstad, now a crumbling carcass, still filled with ice and howling winds. Zephyr and his apprentice Isaac of the Thaumaturg School of Magic could not resist the curiosity, and so Zephyr formed his party in haste and went forth into the vale. A wall of thick, cold fog greeted them as they advanced towards it. This must be the gateway, Zephyr thought, the new gateway into Felstad. Zephyr and his party hesitated and stood in front of the great unnatural wall of snow, ice. Welcome to Perilous dark15mm, and this is using 2nd edition Frostgrave rules and rules from Perilous Dark. Okay, so the Warband, Zephyr, the Thaumaturg is here, Isaac, the apprentice. We have here Balor, he is a man-at-arms, a human. We have Evalia, she's more of a barbarian human, but her class, as she's an infantry woman. Balor, the dwarf, he's also a man-at-arms. Our archer, Egwene. Fang, who is an owlbear, but in Frostgrave terms would be a warhound. And then our ranger, Aaron, and he is a ranger. So that is the warband, and here is the board. Writhing fumes. Okay, and I have there opposing me some vapor snakes, small vapor snakes, large vapor snakes, and we have a couple of constructs. And these constructs are the big ballista constructs. All right, so they're quite large, and they're guarding the exit of the board. I have 2 treasure tokens, one right near this vapor snake, and another treasure token right there by the other vapor snake. So let's see if I can grab the treasure and run. Okay, let's get this game started. Okay, so my warhound moves 8. And so we're going to put him here, right past this wall here. And that's going to be 6. And then just give him another 2 move. Okay. There we go. And okay, and this is the position of the party after turn 1. We have Zephyr here. He moved here during the wizard's phase. Then the creature phase 1, the large vapor snakes moved. They moved towards the party here. We have another large vapor snake moving towards the party here from that spawn point. Let's see, what else? Then the apprentice phase, apprentice Isaac moves right here. He's right over here. And then during the soldier phase, actually, I'm sorry, the creature phase 2, there are 2 creature phases in Perilous Dark. Then all the other creatures moved, and we have a small vapor snake there, a vapor snake here that was hit by my archer during the soldier phase. He has 6 wounds left, and one of the vapor snakes moved out of its spawn point here. Now, during the soldier phase, my archer fires, wounds one of the vapor snakes, and then the rest of the soldiers, they move up, kind of form this little group here, ready to face with the big vapor snakes that are coming through. We have the dwarf in front, my infantry woman, my rangers over here. Hopefully you can get a shot And then we have my man-at-arms, the human, he's here, back here. And then our owlbear is also moving in front of the wizard. So we'll see. Turn 2 is going to have some combat. So let's film starting from turn 2. Okay, so during the wizard phase, Zephyr moves to touch the owlbear and casts combat awareness. All right, this is the spell, and it is a touch spell. So okay, and here's the spell, and I roll a 1. So no, does not happen. Okay, my wizard is activated. All right, let us go now to the other phases. And next is creature phase 1. All right, so creature phase 1, the large creatures activate. So they go in here, and let me see. And they go for any wizard character they can first. So we're gonna move him there. And that's gonna force a combat. So it's gonna force a combat. Okay, snake is the black dice. It rolls a 2, I roll a 14. So 12 minus 14 is 2 points of damage to the large snake. So there he is. Let's see. +3 and +3 for the large vapor snake. And Balor rolls a 1 and a 9 rolled by the large vapor snake. So that 12 minus 12 is 0, so no damage. Okay. No damage on the dwarf. That's good. Okay. So that was creature phase 1. The constructs stay put. They're not going to move. And now we go to the apprentice phase. All right, so my apprentice is locked in combat. So I guess he's just going to attack. Okay, and then my guy rolls a 16 and the snake rolls an 11. So I win the fight. And of course that is 16 plus 0. So Vapor Snake has armor 12, so 16 minus 12 is 4 points of damage. So it has 6 points of life left. It's creature phase 2. And creature phase 2 is going to see things moving around. Let's see. First, Vapor Snake is going to move right here. And then it's going to move 3, which forces a combat with right here, because she hasn't activated, so she's the one that forces the combat. My infantry woman, and she is fight 3, and the small vapor snake is fight 1. It is the black dice for the small vapor snake. 10 plus 1 is 11, and she rolls a 4 plus 3. 0. So no damage for her just yet. All right, so now she is activated. And the closest one is the infantry woman, so it's going to move into combat with her. So, yeah, it's pushing her like towards the other combat. But there you go. All right, so she is fighting with 2 now. All right, so she gets attacked. Black dice is the snake. And it rolls a 12, and I roll an 8. Not good. 12, 13. I get a point of damage, and I have to record that. Okay, so my infantry woman is down to 9. She took a point of damage from those vapor snakes. And let's move these snakes right into combat there, okay? It's going to move here. and that is a move of 6 centimeters. And then it's going to do a half move of 3, putting it right behind the large snake, as it's going to try to move around the large snake and get at me. All right, so the creature phase 2 has now ended. I think I'm going to move the owlbear first. +3, not good. But he gets +2 for the dwarf, who is also in combat. So we both rolled 20s. We both crit on each other. That is nuts. Okay, so my owlbear takes 10 points of damage. It only had 8 health, and so it is out. And then the large snake also takes 10 points of damage. It has health 12, but because it was a critical, it's +5. And so both owlbear and snake take each other out. Wow. Poor little owlbear. All right, so it's still the soldier phase. Dwarf is now free to engage. He is going to help out the infantry woman, and so he attacks. Okay, so my dwarf does not get the modifier, assistance modifier from the infantry woman, because she is also engaged with an enemy, and so she's busy with that enemy. All right, let's see, what is the roll? And 18 for the vapor snake. 18 plus 1 is 19. However, I score 20 with the modified roll, so I win the fight. And the snake receives 9 points of damage, 1 point of health left. So very good for the dwarf. All right. This is still the soldier phase, so I think my archer, these guys are so little. And I'm going to do a range check. I know he's in range, but just curious. Okay. Archer is +3 shoot, and the vapor snake is +1 combat roll. So it makes a combat roll to defend. Let's see. And I have +2, so all right. I rolled a 1, a total miss. Ugh. And not only that, but I rolled a 1, so my string breaks, and I have to spend an action to repair it, which I'm going to do that now. So, terrible luck for my archer. His string broke. Okay, so my ranger's going to step up, and he also has a bow. Okay, so he's going to step. I just want to do move a little bit closer. So not too crazy of a move. So one action, step up in front of the archer. Yes. And while the archer fixes his string, and he's going to take a shot at the very same vapor snake. Let's see. It does a defensive roll. I rolled a 19 +3. So that's 22 and 14, 15. Excellent. Okay, so the ranger does 11 points of damage. That's enough to kill the vapor snake, the small vapor snake, because it only has 10. Man-at-arms, Frederick, who is the other man-at-arms. He is going to move. Yes, I do have plenty of movement to get into combat. He's going to get into combat, and there he does get the +2 dice. Come on. So that's 22, 18 +3. So, Man-at-Arms wins the fight, and 25 minus the armor of 12 is 13 points, killing the vapor snake. It only had 6 left anyway. So going back to the wizard's phase. +2 to the casting roll. And he rolls a 16 +2. So it goes off. And now the dwarf has gained +2 fight for the rest of the game. So he has +2 fight. I'm going to fix that on his little stat card. Good job, Zephyr. Creature phase 1. Okay, and this is turn 2. And he is going for the closest figure, closest as possible. So +1 for the snake, and I am fight 3. Let's see what happens. Okay, so black dice is the snake. I have +3 fight. Let's see, a 9 and a 15. The snake, a 6 and a 15 rather. So the snake wins. So I take 4 points of damage. And there is the fight. Okay, all right. Now it is still creature phase 1. And I don't have any big creatures on the board. And those big lugs are not going to be moving. They have nothing in line of sight. There's all this terrain in the way. Infantry woman gets attacked. She has +3 fight. Same thing as always. Black dice is the snake. +1 for the snake. And I rolled an 8. +3 is 11. Oh, okay. And so she takes 2 points of damage. All right. All right, we can do this. So she's at 9 currently. Okay, so she's down to 7. Next snake attacks the dwarf, but he still loses the fight, so he still takes the damage. Okay, no more creatures, so a devastating creature phase for me, though. So now we are going to the apprentice phase. Now, the apprentice has the same spells that my wizard has. So see if I'm going to do a spell. There is my apprentice. See how he can help the men-at-arms. Okay, casting roll of 8. Gonna cast heal on the men-at-arms who just took a lot of damage. And yes, he does it. From 4, he now has 9. Okay, good job, apprentice. Now my apprentice is gonna make a move. I'm gonna move this way instead. Right near this wall. I don't want him wandering off. So I do have to try and move figures forward. I think my ranger move is here. Who's he gonna help? Who's he gonna assist? He has enough move to come around and attack the snake. No damage is done. Both snake and ranger hit each other, but no damage is done. Okay, so dwarf. The dwarf is going to attack. He has +5. It is his turn to attack now. So +5. The dwarf takes 8 points of damage. So 20 minus 12. All right. So 8 points of damage to the dwarf. All right. All right, that's not good. But the snake, who only had 1 point left, 9 points of damage. So the snake is out. Thanks to the actions of the dwarf, the snake is out, so both have injured each other. She is going to try and get that snake off her. And that is the infantry woman +3 fight. Come on, girl. Do it. She gets a 16, 17, 18, 19, and it rolls a 1. So absolutely. This snake only had 6 life left. And it is done. All right, so she's moving forward. Pass right through. Go right by the dwarf. And he moves 6. So he's going to move another 3 to get right close to the infantry woman. And there is the archer. Okay, and that concludes turn 2. Turn 4, soldier phase. Okay, so my soldier here, my man-at-arms, is going to fight, and that is Frederick. He's going to try to take out that snake. Come on, Frederick. And snake gets a combat roll of +1. I get +3. And 16 plus 3. So that's a 19 and an 8. So yes, I win the fight. And that is enough. He only had 1 point of damage, so Vapor Snake is out. Is going to take a move forward. Get him out. We got to get out of here. All right. And that is all he can do. Okay, so there he is. My man-at-arms. There he is, Frederick. Okay. Ranger, during the soldier phase, is now going to move. He's really going to start moving forward. I'm going to shoot the second Vapor Snake, which is here, which is also in range. Plenty of range with 24 centimeters. So, yes. Okay. That is my range checker. Let's do it. He is the ranger, so +3 shoot. And he rolls a 19. 19. All right, 19. So 22 minus 10. That is enough to take out the Vapor Snake with 1 shot. Excellent, ranger. Very good. And that is Aaron. Aaron, you are the man. Or elf, whatever thou shall be. Okay, so Ranger just took out a Vapor Snake in the soldier phase. Actually, I have a combat here I gotta resolve. So my dwarf is fighting a Vapor Snake. Dwarf is gonna, he has a +5. Dwarf and Vapor Snake are engaged, and 8. Oh, 4 plus 5 is 9. 8 plus 1 is 9. Actually, we both hit each other. But because of our armors, it is a 0 damage for each one. So nobody does any damage. Now, my next soldier is going to be my female warrior. And 6 centimeters puts her right here. Okay, and then another 3 is going to put her right there, and next turn she will have a shot by one of those constructs, and hopefully she doesn't get hit. She does have intervening terrain, but still. All right, and I think my archer is going to be bold, and he's going to go 6 centimeters. Because I am greedy. And I'm going to go for that last treasure marker. And he's going to get out of the board this way. Once I have a treasure marker, I can leave through any close edge, which would be that one. So Zephyr is going to fight. He has a, +2 fight. And Snake has +1. And he rolls a crit. He rolls a quit 20. And the Snake got a 13, so 11 points of damage +5 because it's a crit and the Vapor Snake is vaporized. So yes, Vapor Snake is out of it. And all right, Wizard's phase concluded. Now creature phase, and these guys are gonna move now and start to, they don't move very far from the archway. They stay pretty much guard. He is going to shoot at my figure here, which is the closest figure, and there is intervening terrain, but it is a damn big arrow. Oh dear. She rolls a 12. I won the combat. The arrow misses, thankfully. Next construct comes forward a bit, and he fires at the dwarf. Dwarf is only going to have intervening terrain, I think. And he can't really take cover because he is fighting with somebody. 6. All right, good. And I rolled a 12 +6. That's 18, and the construct rolled a 16 plus 2, and that is 18 as well. Okay, so the scores are equal, and the big construct fails. Okay, so the arrow skids along the debris there. The apprentice is going to help out the dwarf here. Come on, apprentice. He gets a +2 from the dwarf, and he has a +0, so that +2 is going to help. All right, and he gets a 13, and the snake only gets a 1. He completely wins that fight. And so that's 4 points of damage, and the snake has 6 left. Go to creature phase 2, and all these creatures are going to be moving and attacking. So, first and foremost, Vapor Snake attacks the archer, who's greedy. +2 fight. Okay, archer wins the fight with a 12, so that's 14. And the snake only a 7, so that's an 8. So 14 minus 11 is 3, so the snake has 7 damage left. They have 10 health, so 6, 7. From losing the fight, do this one, is going to move and attack the ranger. And so the ranger's now being attacked. He's at fight 3. No, fight 2, I'm sorry. Ranger gets an 18, but the snake gets a 20. So, snake gets a crit. It's going to have 20 minus the ranger's armor of 12. I've run out of luck. So that's 8 points of damage plus 5. And my ranger is taken out by a critical hit. Creature phase 2. All the lowly creatures go. And the creatures are rolling very well. That one rolled an 18. I rolled a 17, which means I lose the fight by 1 point. And dwarf only has 2 points of health left. Oh, Frederick is going to charge into this vapor snake. +3 attack. And he rolls a 20. Alright, so he has a crit. And that's enough to kill the snake. Next, my archer is going to defend himself. He has +3 fight this time. Snake +1. And he does 10 plus 3 is 13. And he obviously won the fight. That leaves it with 4. Too bad he couldn't kill it. So 4 points on the snake. Now let's do the dwarf. Is going to defend himself with only 2 health. He's going to defend himself. Let's see. And the snake rolls a 20. That is terrible. And he loses the fight and is out. 3 figures gone in the nick of time. And I am only playing 1 more turn after this. Next turn. And 16, of course. 1 large and 1 small snake. And where do they spawn? 3 for the large. And 4 for the small. Okay, turn 5. And let's see. He rolls. And he rolls an 18. Okay, so 18. Spell goes off. He takes 2 damage, however. And now this wizard, when successfully cast this construct, the target construct must make an immediate will roll. Let's see if he does his will roll. His will is +4. Okay. Okay, and the construct rolls a 1. He needs a 20 to resist the spell. So, of course, he doesn't resist. And now he becomes a temporary member of the Warband. Okay, so he will move during the soldier phase now. Good job, Zephyr. So now that he's a member of the Warband in creature phase 1, this construct turns around and fires at the other one. Normally they would never attack each other, but he is now a member of my Warband. So I do a fight. My fight is 2. The creature's ballista is 3. And it's +2 damage. And I rolled a 20, so no, the arrow misses, fortunately. All right. Okay, and I end the game at turn 6. I don't want this video to get too long, so I'm doing it as a turn summary. We have the large snakes moving from their spawn point towards the apprentice there. And then during the apprentice phase, he fights, but none of the neither the snake nor the apprentice do damage to each other. So that's the end of that. And then during creature phase 2, the snake attacks but fails, and again is not able to do damage because they roll very, very low rolls, so they don't do any damage to each other. The archer during the soldier phase is able to dispatch 1 snake, but he still has a snake on him. So we don't know what happens to the archer. He still has a snake and was never able to reach the treasure. And then one of the construct, the friendly construct now, moves out of the way, and basically that's it. We don't know what happened to the apprentice or to the archer, but they do get out. We're going to assume that they somehow got out to safety with 1 treasure marker. And that is the end of this game. Owlbear is first, and he rolls a 16, so a full recovery. Ranger is second, and he rolls a 1. He's dead. Oh, no. Ranger's dead. Oh, all right. And next is going to be the dwarf. Oh, man. And he rolls a 14, so he's fully recovered. But not least is our man-at-arms, Frederick. And he rolls an 8, so he is badly wounded. Badly wounded. And with Aaron dead, and Frederick wounded and unable to participate in the next mission, Zephyr had to make a decision, and so he did. We push forward, he says. Push forward. Isher's weapon shop is not far from here. And so that was his decision.